Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be playing Streets of Rage 2 for the Sega Genesis. I'm Walker and I'm the third member of Chrono DS. This is a co-op channel with me and a couple friends. You probably already met the other two in a Miscrits video, I think. And that game's lame, so we're going to play a good game. This is Streets of Rage 2, like I said. This is a beat 'em up. And I haven't recorded a video in a long time, so this is a little bit weird. So yeah, this is kind of a test, like a test let's play gameplay video. I'm going to go through the entire game, but yeah, we're going to play as Axel because we have 4 players available to us. Max, Axel, Blaze, and Skate. Skate's power sucks, but he's really fast. Blaze is a really balanced character. As you can see, every single one of her stats is balanced. We have Axel, who has really good technique and pretty decent power and speed, and then we have Max, who's all power and stamina. But I prefer playing as Axel. So we're going to go ahead and use him, and we'll get started. I apologize if my volume's just a little bit quiet, but yeah, hopefully. Okay, trying to figure out the controls for this controller I'm using. Never really used the control for this. I'm using an emulator for this because I have the game, like an actual hard copy, but I don't have a capture card. So, and plus, even if I did have a capture card with recording old video games, the thing is, if you actually use a capture card, the quality generally isn't quite as good as when you use a screen recorder. Because generally, the emulators actually run at a higher resolution than the game system did. Like, I believe the Sega Genesis outputs at about 240p, whereas this is putting out at a much higher resolution. It's not quite high definition, but it's still higher resolution, so it looks better. Again, I apologize for how quiet I'm being. It's kind of late, and I don't want to really disturb anybody. So yeah, in this video, we're just going to be going through the first level, and yeah. I love how all the enemies in this game have unique names, like that one's R Signal, which is funny because he's red, which means he's the right signal, as in audio-video cables. It's funny because there's 2 other ones. There's a yellow one called Y Signal and a white one called White Signal, W Signal. Which is funny. I don't know if a lot of people actually caught on to that, but yeah. This game is considerably easier than Streets of Rage 1, but it's still a really difficult game. Pretty much as long as you have a pipe, you can get this entire game pretty easily. As you can see, I have it set to 5, oh now it's 6, 5 lives. That's because generally the game starts out with 3. Since this is a beat 'em up, you're going to end up getting a few game overs, and so this will make it to where you don't have to see quite as many game over screens. Because beat 'em ups were basically designed to make you have to roll out a lot of quarters in the arcade, so they tend to be on the ridiculous side at some points. I've beaten this one several times, but I've never managed to beat the first game. I've gotten all the way to the final boss and died directly outside of the boss room, which is not very fun at all. Alright, we're already up to the first boss. This guy is pretty obnoxious if you let him stab you. So what I like to do is do a punch combo on him, like this. It does a little bit of damage to you, but it's okay because they give you some meat over here, and that will fully restore your health. I think it fully restores. It might only do half. I don't know. I generally have a decent amount of health when I get to the bosses. We might actually do 2 levels in this game, 2 levels, because we're not even to the end of stage 1 yet, but so far the video is only 5 minutes, and I don't want this to be too short. I think Danny and Finn's video was about 30 minutes. I don't want to make a video that long because that's a little bit lengthy. We'll probably do 20 minutes or so. Of course, why am I talking about what the video link should be? You guys will already be able to see how long it will be. Because, yeah, it's already been recorded. Donovan, such an Eric. I always wondered why all the regular looking people have the weirdest names, like Golly and Galcia. What kind of name is Galcia? And who names their kid Axel? Axel is connected Axel. It's like naming your kid something else, like Cinderblock. Alright, we're almost to the end of the first level. We're about to fight a mini-boss, followed by the level 1 boss. This is the mini-boss. Pretty easy. You just kind of make sure that she doesn't use the whip, and you're fine. Her whip attack has a pretty long range, and it stuns you for a very short amount of time. So it's good just to make sure that she doesn't use that attack. In the first game, you actually didn't have this combo attack, which is really good, helpful for bosses, but you had instead like a basic special attack, like in most old beat-em-ups, which, by the way, if you don't know, Sega Genesis beat-em-ups basically all play the same. The A button is generally your special attack, or in this game, your combo attack. The B button is your regular attack, and C button is jump. And I'll probably do a few beat-em-ups because I'm a big fan of beat-em-ups. I play them quite frequently, especially ones on the Sega Genesis, because those ones just always seem to be the best ones to me. I know Final Fight on Super Nintendo tends to be really, really popular, but I personally prefer the... Really? Did I seriously die in the first level? Wow, this is going to be great. I can tell this is just going to be fantastic. Oh my gosh, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at the timer. There we go. By the way, his name is Barbon. Get it, because he's a bartender. Kind of like the woman. Yeah, anyway. So yeah, stage 1. We only lost 1 life, but we managed to gain it back instantly, which sucks, because I would have rather had to have 7 lives. Well, it was only up to 6 minutes. I guess we'll go ahead and go on to stage 2. See how far we get. This series probably will not be very long, because this game is very short. If I remember correctly, last time I beat it, which was around Christmas, it was like 5 levels. But by the way, that one character, I think that's the only guy named Z in the entire game. His name is just Z. I never understood that, because the other ones are all named Donovan. But that one is just named Z. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Get a pipe. Makes it much easier to take out the rest of these guys. And pretty easy to get through the rest of the level. Unfortunately, I dropped it, so I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna whack you. Whack you. I'm gonna whack you. Okay. Hopefully my volume's not too terribly quiet. If it is, I will turn it up in editing as much as I can. And I'll turn down the game volume a little bit. By the way, if you're not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe and like the video. It helps out a lot. It gets our videos out there. We're just starting with this channel. This is not my first YouTube channel, but it is the first YouTube channel that I've done cooperatively that has actually worked out, as in the other person's made videos. I made another co-op video channel like this last year sometime, but my partner quit very early on, and so I just kind of ditched the channel because, yeah, oh, the guy's named Tempest. Tempest is a really fun game, by the way. Alright, do these guys bother me, or they... Okay, they're gone. We should be coming up towards the mini-boss here pretty soon. Sorry if you can hear my controller clicking, it's really loud. Oh. Okay. Alright, we're about to do the mini-boss. This mini-boss isn't that bad. You just gotta take him out kind of, dang it, kind of quick. Because as soon as you take him out, these guys are all gonna attack you, but for the most part, they just stand in a line. If you get this pipe, you're not in trouble at all. This is one of my favorite beat-em-ups. I have to say my favorite beat-em-up ever, though, would be the Simpsons Arcade Machine by Konami. It was released in '91, and it's a really good game, especially if you're a fan of The Simpsons. And I guess we'll just go ahead and go to the end of this level. This level has my least favorite boss in the entire game, which you have to fight him 2 or 3 times. Towards the end of the game, if I remember, there's a boss gauntlet. That might have been the first game, but I think there's a boss gauntlet in this game too. In the final level. So So that's always fun when there's a boss gauntlet. Speaking of boss gauntlets, I just beat Link Between Worlds. That's a really fun 3DS title. It's not my favorite Zelda game ever, but it's pretty close up there. I'd probably say it's my second favorite follow, which is only beaten by Ocarina of Time 3D. And here we are, this is the boss already. He already flew. So first of all, you're going to take out this guy. But his strategy is he's going to swoop down at you, and you're going to have to basically attack him with jump kicks. As you can see, he's very fast, and this is a three-dimensional game in the way that you move, so sometimes it's hard to tell which plane you're on. Like, I might be in the back plane and he's in the front, but I'm trying to see, like, right here. See, this games like this really should have not done that, because you can't really tell your exact position on the screen very well without looking at the shadows. That attack does quite a bit of damage, so try to avoid that. Like, see, I'm not on the same plane as him. Oh my gosh, I'm doing terrible. Alright, one more hit ought to do him. There we go. Okay guys, well thank you for watching my first video on this channel, Streets of Rage 2. I'll be back again sometime this week with the second video. Again, thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe and like.